Hey there guys, it's Salis, and welcome back to Retro Wednesdays. This week we're taking a look at an absolute classic made by Blizzard Entertainment before they were Blizzard. They were Silicon and Synapse. This is the Lost Vikings. This game is so well known, there are references to it in many Blizzard games, including World of Warcraft. There's a quest called the Lost Dwarves, where you have to rescue three dwarves called Olaf, Bealog and Eric. And there's a mini-game in StarCraft 2 called The Lost Viking, where the idea is it's an old-school arcade scroller, and you play as a Viking, as in the ship, but it's called The Lost Viking. And as with most Blizzard games, there's quite a lengthy cutscene before the game actually starts. So we're going to look at that before the game gets played. And I'll have you know, I played the hell out of this game as a kid, so I will not be looking at any of the hint options. So let's start the game. And because of the whole dwarf thing, I'll be doing all their voice acting in Scottish. My name is Eric the Swift. I can run like the wind and leap tall huts in a single bound. It's time for me, Bealog and Olaf, to go hunting. Have a nice day, honey. Keep up, lads. Oh, careful, snails. I am Olaf the Stout. I can block anything with my shield. And it's bloody handy too, because my helmet covers my eyes. I haven't been able to see for 3 years. I'm Bealog the Fierce. I'm the toughest dwarf in the land, and no one can defeat me. I'm also the only one who actually knows how to shave his beard. I say shave, I just use my sword. Little help, lads. Whee! I'm coming, don't you worry. Lads, there's some steak here for you. I'm sure how tough my shield is. Die, you dinosaur thing. It's a good job the world's round, isn't it, lads? Another successful day of hunting. Life is good. I hope I never have to leave my beloved village. My hero! But later that night... Oh, it's a good job I went hunting in my pajamas. What the hell? You can't do this to me. Oh my various gods, I can see. Guys, I have a bad feeling about this. How awesome was that cutscene, by the way, guys? Now, this is the Lost Vikings. Basically, the idea is you've got to get all 3 Vikings to yonder exit. Each of them has their own little unique quirk. Eric, for example, is fastest and can jump the furthest. Whereas Balog is the only one who has any capacity to defend himself, namely both a bow and a sword. I tend to favour the bow because the sword has really bad range. Whereas Olaf can lift his shield above his head and float. And he can also block anything. What are we doing here? I don't know. Will you just shut up and follow me? I'm sorry, follow me! Oh, sorry, doing the Scottish voice is really killing my throat. I'm having to have a drink every 5 minutes. It gives you a password on almost every level as well, so you never run out of checkpoints. That's a health point. I won't be using those because I don't need them. And that is... I have no idea what that is, but it also gives you hints. Just disable this and grab one of these. These fruits are what you use to recover your health should you take damage. As you can see, you've only got three little spots of health. So let's bring Olaf over. Block him off. And move in with Balog. Switching between the characters is kind of hard to get used to at first, but once you know how to do it, it seems fairly intuitive. What you gotta remember is this was limited by Sega Genesis controllers. They only have 3 buttons and a start button. So you had to kind of make do what you got. To switch between your Vikings, you have to hold down start and press the direction they're in. And this can get quite annoying. Luckily there's a 2-player mode in this, so you can always keep 2 Vikings on the move if you have a friend, which I don't. And that can be really, really handy. Because otherwise the levels can take too long. Because what I normally do is I normally take out Olaf, do a scout of the area, follow up with Balog and leave Eric till the very end because he has no way of defending himself whatsoever. This bit is where you start using the items. This is the ship's computer. As you can see, it runs in MS-DOS. Why the hell not? And to use an item, first you have to go into the start menu, which is pause. Select your item as needed. Then press start and C simultaneously. Again, a bit clunky, but limited only by the Sega Genesis' control system. Once you get used to it, it's actually really easy to do. And to be fair, as long as you tend to lead your team with Olaf, you're going to be fine. Activate switches with C. And I'm a happy dwarf! Look at me, lads, I'm flying! Right, block off the alien. Oh, this is cold. Right, block this off. In the next level, we actually get to show you what Eric can really do. I think it's the next level anyway. I'll admit it's been a while since I played this. I mean, when you're playing this in single player, it's actually really, really tricky to manage all 3 dwarves at once. Vikings, sorry. But you've got to admit, the model does look rather similar to the dwarf model used later. I'm just saying. And this is a good opportunity for me to show you exactly how pathetic this sword is. You have to be that close to hit them. Right, bring Eric. Alright, next level. Stick close to me, I'll lead the way. Or in other words, follow me, I'll lead the way. You wouldn't know which way to lead if you had a map. If you don't stop fighting, I'm gonna have to brain you both. Right, let's bring all the Vikings down. Since apparently we're starting in the janitor's closet. And this is where Eric comes in. See, Olaf has the shield. Balog has the sword and the bow. Eric has his head. I'm a happy dwarf. That cannot be used as an attack. It is purely functional to break down walls. But by God, is it funny. Right, let's get all my dwarves together as a team. Oh, yes. Teamwork at its best. Dwarf style. Sorry, Viking, sorry. You also take no damage when you do that, which is kind of strange. That's something I don't like about this game. When you use the teleporter, if you're all in there, they all have to use the teleporter separately. But it's instantly made up for by this. Whee! And teleport back up. And start and see. There we go. What's down here? Oh, target. Yeah, you got two choices with these switches if they're available to any dwarf. Viking, get it right, Salis. Then you can just hit the C button to activate it. But if it's got like a force field or something in between, you have to bring Balog down and have him shoot it, which is an interesting mechanic. Puts a whole new spin on having got all of your Vikings together. See, I said it right that time. I can stop making the comparison between these and dwarves. I'm just saying they look extremely like dwarves. Now, this puzzle's actually quite good. Because what you have to do, you have to stand Olaf here, and just like in the cutscene, have him use Olaf's shield to... Oh, God. Oh. And I haven't even got any fruit, have I? Eric can sometimes attack if he gets one of these. Because any Viking can use them, it's just best to give them to Eric because he's the one who needs single-use weapons. Yeah, best not have that over my head. Right, quickly get up there, block him off. Oh, that's shot in the back. Not cool. Look how weak this sword is. I have to be technically in front of Olaf to use it. Maximum speed, Eric. If I bash one more wall right now, my head'll explode. I got dibs on his helmet. It might fit me. Okay, but I get his boots. Isn't it just great to have friends? The banter between the Vikings is great. If a little straining on the old voice, but... Now, this is one of the levels where you can't take Olaf first. Because Eric has to do this. Hurry up! Now you can bring the other Vikings along. Although, once again, it is wise to start with Olaf. Because you're, as with every other situation, Olaf can just scout the area for you. Okay, that's a laser. So, send in Olaf. This is a timed jumping puzzle. Luckily, the platforming in this game is actually pretty tight. As you can see, I'm not good at timed jumping puzzles. Oh, nuts. I've just lost 2 of my Vikings. And there's no way to revive them. I have also lost the key. Nope, you can't do it. So you have to restart the level. So just feed him to the masher. And this is so cool. Watch. Balog. Eric. Olaf. Viking funeral. Love it. Right, let's see if I can do this level without screwing it up horribly. Hup. Go, Olaf! Oh yes, these are some epic Vikings. This is another one of those games where the music, despite it once again being on a loop of just a few seconds, it doesn't actually get that irritating. Like it didn't say Mick and Mac the Global Gladiators. Right, so now. Nope, time jumping puzzles are my nemesis. Right, let's send Balog up here. And choppy choppy. There we go. Eric, you can open this door. And here we go. More teleporters. If you're quick as well, you can switch seamlessly between Vikings while they're teleporting. So you don't get like a massive scroll every time. Now this bit I remember being quite hard. Okay. Now we send Balog. Stupid anti-gravity field. Ah, Eric has lost some health, okay? We can deal with that. Because it gives me the chance to show you something rather interesting about the menu system. If I go to Olaf over here, press start. I think it's B to select, and then you can just literally trade it between Vikings. Then when you go back, you can... I forgot they belch. That's kind of cool. Right now, is it an Eric thing where he has to get on top of the shield and... Yes, speedy boots. Right. Or are they gravity boots? I can't remember. If I give them to Balog, and then switch to him. Yeah, they're gravity boots. Go, gravity boots! and that should have disabled all of these anti-grav fields. Okay. I've got this, I know what I'm doing. Are you guys sure you want to go in there? Maybe it leads back home. To the beer. Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's go. This is something else I should mention. They aren't just lost in space, they're lost in time. Hey Eric, watch this. Bee bubbles. Hey! This shield's handy. Pretty good, huh? Yeah, good and slow. Watch this. Geronimo! You can just picture at the end of that, Balog's there going, well, what the hell am I supposed to do? Ooh. That was intense. Yeah, what a ride. I think I'm gonna be sick. I'll be behind your shield. Yes, I think that's been a fairly good look at the Lost Vikings. I think I'll leave it there, and this is one of those games I'm going to have to recommend by default. You have to play this game. The power of idiot compels you. This I always remember being very hard. No, it doesn't work like that. Okay. Ah, yes, there it is. Secret wall. But yes, I'm going to leave it here, I think. Because The Lost Vikings is one of those games you just have to play. If you've got a Sega Genesis, or even if you haven't, do it. Otherwise, you won't understand half the references that are in half the Blizzard games. Because Blizzard like to pack their games full of references. And to be fair, they're good references. Like the Lost Dwarves and the mini-game. They're both really clever. They're subtle enough for people who don't know about this game to get them. Or at least to enjoy them. And then people who do know about this game, they remember why they loved it. So yeah, this has been The Lost Vikings. And until next week, I've been Salas. These guys have been a real strain on my voice. And we'll see you next time.